Metro FM.
The upcoming segment discuss content that is of adult nature. The views and opinions expressed are not that of the SABC and are that of participating contributors and listeners, and do not reflect that of the official policy or position of Metro FM.
Good morning at 22 minutes after 10 o'clock. The Naked DJ and Sumizi join us. My name is Kutso Teledi, breaking away into Ask a Man. We've got Anonymous on the line. Good morning, Anonymous. How are you?
Good morning, Kutso. Good morning, James in the studio. Good morning, South Africa. I'm good, thank you.
I love that. I love the fact that you're greeting every single person because we are all here for you, Anonymous. We really are. Anonymous, thank you for that. House rules before we continue. Respect is the foundation of our conversation. Please maintain respectful language, refrain from any swearing or use of profanities. Our responsibility is to protect your identity, and your responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same courtesy to protect the identity of the people or the person you'll be speaking about. Anonymous, do you agree?
I fully agree.
Thank you very much. Anonymous, talk to us.
Oh, where do I start? I'm in an 11-year relationship with my guy. We dated 3 years, then we moved in together. Now we are together for 11 years in total. I was with him, and he. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. We met at a place I can't reveal, but. Maybe I should say we met at church, if I can say that.
Okay.
And whilst we were going out dating, I didn't know that he's also busy dating other women in church. And we carried on without me knowing that he's busy with other girls as well in church. There was this specific woman that he was very drawn to. They would make their love or their affection for each other publicly known. And at that time, I was coming out of a divorce, a marriage, and I didn't also want to let him go. So I carried on dating him. We dated, and they also dated on the side for 2 years. Please don't touch me.
No,
Then I
no.
discovered that the lady also has a steady boyfriend. So my guy to her was a side.
Okay.
And I was maybe the main girl, if there is a main girl, to my guy. Then what I did is I also did my own research to find out who the guy is that she's dating. In my revenge, I dated her guy.
Aha, Ibo.
Yeah, but when?
Anonymous.
I don't know. I was too hurt, but I got fond of her guy. I also liked her guy. And what I did is I moved out of their church or the church we were in, and I joined the guy's church. Our relationship carried on, and along the way, I fell pregnant.
Was he still dating her when you joined his church?
Yes, they were still ongoing. They never stopped dating.
Okay.
So then I fell pregnant along the way. But when I discovered I was pregnant, I separated with my main guy.
And when you fell pregnant, it was by him. It wasn't the Immaculate Conception.
Wow.
It was with the guy, with the other guy. It was not with him. Because when I fell pregnant, I was not with my guy.
What you
Okay.
did there naked needs to be
Yes.
jotted down because what?
Okay, Anonymous, carry on.
Yes, and also I just need to make it clear, when I was dating that other guy, I was not intimate with my guy. So we were just cohabitating because of other stuff that I found out that he's doing besides her.
What other stuff
So-
is he doing?
Other women, because there was a time where another girl from church approached me to say that your guy is dating me. And I said to her, you knew I was in the picture, and now because he's hurt you, you're reporting to me. And they broke up. But he couldn't break up with this girl, this particular girl that I'm referring to. So when I found out I was pregnant, I had moved out. I wasn't with him. I was by myself. Then he came back to apologize because he wanted to be in my life. And I told him, I'm pregnant, it's not your child. I also revealed who the father is. Now, the issue is he took me in because the father obviously was not actively involved in raising the child. So he made it clear that he doesn't want to be involved in raising the child. Then I will be on my own. Then when we got back together with my main guy, I told him, you're not the father, but if you're willing to try it out again, I'll give you a chance. So he's been a great father. I can't take that away from him. I also have to mention that I came with 2 kids from my marriage. So I have 3 kids in total. So he's amazing dad to all the kids.
Okay.
But the issue is there is a bit of tension between him and my eldest daughter.
Okay.
Yes, because obviously as a girl, you have to know where you stand. We've been dating for 11 years. And I asked him, I said, are we ever going to make it official? Because you need to honor me and respect me as a woman. I don't know if you see the relationship moving to the next level. And he said that he's scared to build with me because he doesn't want my daughter to inherit any of his portion of stuff that we'll be building on.
How? Are there no wills?
There are wills,
How?
and I think he's just using that as an excuse. At first, when I asked him about the marriage, he said he's not ready. He never thought about it. And in my head, I'm like, but we are cohabiting. What we are doing is basically being married, but without signing or making it official.
But now,
So
Ash, you know, Anonymous, I have a problem with church people that use church only when it benefits them, right?
Yeah.
Because you talk about it only when it benefits you. Then when you want to be naughty, then how all of a sudden you are not church people. Even, I think cohabiting in the first place was, you know, not right as church people, right?
Yes,
So,
definitely.
yeah. And then manje, why all of a sudden? Is it an excuse 5-6 years down the line? Why could it not have been a no-no from the get-go? It's because Ben Khala English.
No, I saw myself building a life with this guy. Didn't think that he would take so long to marry me.
Yeah, but
you know?
building a life how? Like against the will of, against your belief system?
Yeah, it's wrong. I agree with you,
Okay.
Naked.
All right.
It's totally wrong.
Okay.
And also what's keeping me with him is because I'm not financially stable. I do work, but I don't make enough. So in the interim, I'm busy working out my exit plan because I want him to take me serious. If he wants me, he'll come after me. If he wants to build a good family, he's going to marry me, or else I move out. But I can't just move out, be on the streets with 3 kids and not having enough.
Yeah, Anonymous.
Is he... how are his finances?
His finances are okay. He's not good with money, how he manages money. He has enough. But he's a big spender.
Does he big spend on you or big spend on... Are the other women still
No,
around?
he's a big spender on us. Like he would take for example, the daughter, the last born, to a private school where we can't really afford for her to go there. You know, we could maybe put her in a normal school and work towards having a home because we're currently renting, having our own house, our own space and all of that. So he's spending a lot on fashion. He's a fashionista. He loves his brand.
Okay.
So he's spending on any other thing except the important stuff.
Anonymous, can I stop us here?
Okay.
Let me go to the news headlines. We're coming back, okay?
Okay.
Wow.
Metro FM, never giving up. Bring it back. Don't stop. Never giving in, no matter what they say.
10 years from now, we'll still be on top.
You're rocking with the hottest radio station in South Africa. Metro FM. It's where you want to be.
It's 31 minutes after 10 o'clock. We've got Anonymous on the line. Now, Anonymous and her partner, guy number 1, have been together for about 11 years now. She says they met at church, and when they started dating, she didn't realize that he was dating other women in their church. This complicated things between them. She ended up breaking things off with him and started dating guy number 2, who was dating her guy number 1 side girl. Hope you're still with us. She fell pregnant with guy number 2's child, but things didn't work out. with this guy. Then went back to guy number one, wanted her back also, despite the fact that she was pregnant with another man's child, and she was upfront and honest about this. He took her in with her 3 children, including children from her previous marriage, the child she has with guy number 2 as well. She says their relationship is now fine, but he doesn't seem to get along with her firstborn daughter. That's where we are, right, Anonymous? We good. I didn't change anything up, right?
No, all is well, Kutso.
All is well.
Yes.
Anonymous, how old are you? Sound you putting everything together, like you sound like you have 63,000. You've dating this guy for 11 years and you were married before. Like,
I got married young. I'm 44 currently.
oh, okay, on naked.
What?
I am.
Oh.
Nice though. Okay, save.
Yeah, Anonymous, come on.
Yes.
When imagine, how do you sleep at night, wake up in the morning, and you claiming to be in love with a person, but this person cannot stand your flesh and blood. Take us through that. How does that work, and how do you keep that going, and where do you differentiate between my love for you or you not loving a part of me?
It's difficult, Naked. When I moved out of my home before I met the guy, going through a divorce, I went through a lot financially, and my 2 kids were then affected as well because we had to downgrade a lot. So hence now I've realized it was hidden, but now he's made it clear when I asked him about, are you ever going to take the next step, when he said that he doesn't want my daughter to inherit what he's earned or what he worked hard for. That's when I realized, Ukuthi, I need an exit plan, because I'm so scared to go back to a situation where I can't provide for my children. And my mother is not there to assist me. She will never assist me. I don't have a home, because I even asked her, I say to her, you have a double garage at your home. Can I convert that into a cottage, live there for 2 years while I gather myself, and then I'll move out? At first, I thought she was for me, and then she couldn't. She just hinted, Ukuthi, when you move out, will he pay school fees? Will he still keep the children on medical aid? So she was showing me that I don't have a space in a home. So even if I move, I won't afford the basic necessity for my children.
Okay, Anonymous.
So much.
Askis,
Even the ex-husband is not supportive at all. I've been carrying these kids by myself, and it's hard. I work so hard. I work 14 to 16 hours a day
okay.
just to cover the basics, and it's not enough.
Askis,
No.
man. I'm confused. You've got 2 children from your previous marriage, right?
Yes.
But he has a problem with one child and not the other.
Yeah.
How's that? Please make it make sense.
The child is very rebellious.
Who, the older daughter?
Yes.
How old
and
is she?
How old is she?
often disrespectful towards him.
How old is she?
She's 20.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
You
But
know,
she's always been disrespectful towards him.
no, let's, guys, this is very sensitive because, Anonymous, a 20-year-old daughter, ne? You don't, and please refrain from using she is disrespectful towards him, etc., or rebellious, because you don't know the reasons. Ne? Now, you mentioned with this guy was literally doing everybody in church. Now, there are things that your 20-year-old daughter knows that you'll never know. Like because you'll probably find that she was even in the same age group as the guys that this guy was sleeping with. You get what I mean? Where kids start to act out and we start blaming the children, but kids are taught to respect their elders. And this is just an example. Remember, this is how I see things. Now, and Anonymous, how do you expect her to respect someone who's sleeping with girls her age group? You get what I mean? Like if her friends have seen him mapuna puna, obvious. Like how does she respect that? How does she respect a person that's broken the mom? How does she respect a person that's cheating on the mother? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So until we find the real reasons why she acted this way, because sometimes they might do it because of things that they've seen this man do or heard about the things that this man has done.
Yeah.
And the other reason could be she's acting out because he's another man in your life where she's got a biological father. And maybe the situation there has also not been sorted out properly. And she's seeing Uguti how now this guy has come into my life to take my father's place. Because with kids, it's never about, kids don't see finances, they don't see troubles, they just know that I love my biological father. And I don't care whether he's supporting or not, but I love him. And I don't want any other man in my mother's life.
I think you're right, Naked, because when I recently divorced, the father bought her a lockable diary where she was told to write everything, what I did, what I do, how we live in the house, report back to him. So he was also a factor because he mingled a lot in my situation, you know. And she was used to tell stories from this household to another.
Yeah.
And feed him with information.
And that's also where we are at fault. No? The parents that go into other relationships maybe before making sure that our kids are completely okay. And sometimes we might move fast. And now you are moving in with this one, you're staying with this one. But we haven't taken care of our kids emotionally. And, you know, later on in life, they start rebelling. And we don't know where we went wrong. But you thinking, no, it's because I was in love and I thought my kids loved this person the same way that I love him. But Anonymous, they have a different kind of love, which is very fragile. And most of the time, you can't separate. Come on. If someone is your biological father, and somebody new comes in, you know that fight. Most of the time, the new person can never really fill that void unless there was some hectic abuse or whatever from the biological parent.
He did abuse me in front of them. She was old enough to see, but it was not physical. It was emotional abuse. I remember when I wanted to go to church, he locked me in the house with the kids and he went to go watch movies. So things like that, she witnessed, she saw. And also, she grew closer to her father and also realized that her father is not a good man. I didn't tell her what type of man her father is. She discovered that on her own because the same treatment she was giving me, now he gave to the daughter.
Yeah. So, Anonymous, from my last words, I'm just going to advise you, Guti, let's just make sure we get therapy for the whole, for your kids, for yourself, and for anybody that decides, Guti, they want to be a family unit going further, because this does need professional intervention before any further steps, okay?
Yes, Naked. Thank you.
So, let me get this right. You were married, you got divorced, and then these shenanigans started happening after your marriage?
Yes.
For 11 years or so, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know, there's a part where you said he's not committing, he's not proposing, he's not doing anything to show how serious he is about you and respecting you and to be honest, I rolled my eyes. I was like, really? Wow. And I rolled my eyes because I'm like, okay, it's either you have deliberate amnesia or you are in denial of the role you played in getting yourself into this situation. Because I've never heard you once saying a part of me has really contributed to where I am today. You left a marriage with 2 children and you played very risky games that backfired on you, where you could have walked away. You were old enough and mature enough to have had a reasoning capacity to walk away from this guy who was seeing everybody at church. But when you decided to stick around because why? I don't know. And on top of that, you compete with your kunantra by trying to spite another woman, and guess who it backfired for? And you decided to have a child with a guy who belongs to someone else again. You decide to have a child with that person. You did not use protection. You decided to have a child. And on top of that, you decided to keep the child, even when he said to you, I don't care about this child. I don't want to be a part of this child's life. Then the same guy that you've been hoping that is going to come back, he comes back with all his everything that he's always been. He's been selfish, a cheat, a liar, dishonest, and so forth and so on. But you still took him back, and you expect this guy to go down on his knees with 3 children that are not his. With 1 child that was conceived from a revenge from a guy who was dating his side chick. So you were part of this entire soap opera. So you need to breathe in, breathe out, tighten your waist and go, yeah, I have gotten myself into this mess. I can get myself out of this mess. I can. Your mother doesn't owe you anything, to be honest. She doesn't owe you anything. She's probably angry. Now, you know my anger's okay, where a mother could be disappointed at her child, angry at her child because the child did not listen, so forth and so on. There's so much that you're not telling us that I think now it paints your mother as a villain. I don't honestly, from the bottom of my heart, think a mother, a loving mother who was there for you when you got married and stuff like that can wake up and say, I don't want you in my house. She just sees trouble because she doesn't believe you. You've never given her reason enough for her to believe that you are going to stick to your word of saying you're going to stay for 2 years to pick yourself up, because that 2 years can turn into another 10 years. She wants peace. She has raised you. She's done her part, and everything else is on you.
No, so Miss, you are wrong.
Yeah.
My mom is not supportive because what I did is I built 2 cottages at her home for us to have so that I can have extra income. And she shut me out. So I even told her that she can keep the money because is an inkulumo every time I ask for my half of things. So I'm in a bad situation where I cannot take care of myself. I really wanted the 2 years so that I can start over.
And would it be bad enough for you to go rent somewhere else? I'm just asking.
It will be bad because I can't afford.
Okay.
I'm in a lot of debt. I'm trying to clear that, hence the 2 years, so that I can get my life together.
Okay.
But I have nowhere to go. To be honest, I can't afford it.
I'm really sorry about that. That is a very tough situation to be in. What I'm asking you to do is don't be a complete 100% victim in this story. Ne? Take accountability, and that's the first step of healing. And then think of an exit plan that would, if for argument's sake, I'm just saying, I know you're in debt, so there has to be a solution, because no amount of money is worth staying in a place where love is not served anymore.
Yeah.
No amount of financial situation is really worth. Like, as funny, me now, as Somizi, I know for a fact no amount of money will hold me prison. Or no amount of financial situation will hold me prison. My pride is so big. It's so big that I would rather stand in the rain knowing I am free than standing under a roof knowing that I'm in prison. I would rather. And I know also as a mother, you have to be considerate of your children as well, because now they can't be standing in the rain because of you.
Yeah,
you
because
understand?
we really went through a lot when I moved out of my house. We suffered. a
Yeah.
lot. And also that affected the children, like psychologically, you know,
Yeah.
from having your own room. We had to move into a a room, not even a cottage. We had to move into a cottage. I had to sell and give off all my stuff
Yeah.
because I had no space. So I'm so scared to go back to that situation.
Yeah.
Hence, I want an exit plan that I know would, even if it's not the same standard that I'm used to now, at least masiwa asweli phansi
Pants.
kakhulu.
Yes, it
I
makes
can
sense.
still-
It makes sense. It's justifiable. And unfortunately, again, going back to your mother, it's her house. Unfortunately, you know, you did what you did from the pureness and niceness of your heart.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, again, I'm sure you sometimes look at yourself and go, why do things backfire for me? You know,
Like sometimes I have this anger even towards her. Ukuthi, I'm so suffering. My job is very risky. It's risky. You know,
Let her
anytime
go.
they can take me out. You know, and then I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I'm crying to you, Mama, and I've put so much money into those cottages, whereas I could have expanded part of my business and make sure Uguti I'm comfortable. So I'm drained. Instead of going up, I'm pulled down again.
Shame.
Because that money of one cottage could have made a difference in my life for me even to stand on my own. But
Okay.
it's like I keep fighting battles.
okay.
When I lift my head, I'm back to square one. and it hurts.
Unfortunately, again, there's nothing you can do, even legally. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything you can do because everything is under a name. You just renovated your house.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say, materially and physically, let go of those things
Yeah.
and don't harbor anger.
Yeah.
Let go. You know your truth. Let
Yeah.
go. Work on rebuilding yourself, sis.
Yes.
Work on rebuilding yourself. That's strategy. Forget about the money, my room, nani. Work on rebuilding yourself and be realistic and communicate with your children. Please look after the mental state and the emotional state of your children. I'm worried that it could be neglected.
Yes.
From your daughter to your two other beautiful children, please look after, talk to them, communicate with them, and communicate with them at the level of their age and their thinking capacity. Ne?
I will.
Yeah, you can't communicate the same way with a 20-year-old and a 4-year-old. Ne?
Yes.
But please be honest so that they are more freer in a way, knowing the truth inside from home instead of hearing it from outside, because that is going to devastate them.
Yes.
All the best. So I'm Askis.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anonymous, we're going to need you to continue listening. Let's get advice from the country, okay?
Thank you, Kutso.
Thank you. All the best, Anonymous. We truly appreciate you for opening up and asking for that advice. I hope you got it today.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Njani?
Siyaphila njani?
Khona. I'm gonna try to be very short. One at times you listen and you just like some of the things they are very painful to listen to, especially coming from parents, knowing exactly the experience that parents can give us, where they care about you when you only have something that is conclusive, like what you call something that they can point and say, this child can do this for me and all that. Now, if Anonymous has his leap of buying whatever materials that they were using, I am sure with court of law, those leaps are enough to prove that she contributed to the development of those cottages. And at some point, if people will think that maybe, or even Mama, that she's being selfish when she's challenging her through the legal route and all that, better be, because the time is to show self-care to yourself. You have to be selfish for other people, because she doesn't care even grandchildren if she doesn't care about Mama. So to listen and hear what she can do with these children and all that, who knows what else can she do the next day when she sees that she can't take it anymore because of thinking for Mama work. No, she better think of her children and Yonke Lando and challenge Mama. If she has this leap, all the proof that she bought this and this and this, she has a case that she can win with those things, even if there is no contract.
Thank you so much, Patseka, out in Pretoria. Appreciate that advice. Let's head on over to Anonymous. Good morning, Anonymous.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thanks, Nyuma.
I'm good, thank you. I'll try and be quick and be short. This message goes straight to the anonymous because I was once in her situation. So I'll just tell her what assisted me to go through it. So what you did for your parents, please just take it as a token of appreciating your parents. Because one thing or the other, it won't make you succeed in life because you are holding back to the grudges. So I did let go of my family first and appreciated that I did it for them. Secondly, as a single parent walking out of a relationship, I was in a situation, abusive relationship, and then I just wrote down what I wanted for my kids to do and to achieve in life. And then I walked out of that relationship with the little money that I'm earning. I managed to go to the location, live the lavish lifestyle, go and start afresh. Because doing that, it assisted me mentally and also for my teenage kids also mentally. So with that being said, Anonymous, I hope you find strength to let go of everything and start over afresh. Just sit down with your kids and talk to them and tell them that life has got those situations. So now we're going to start afresh. And believe me, it's so peaceful to start afresh.
Thank you very much, Anonymous. We appreciate that. Can I try and squeeze in a voice note?
Just one.
Oh.
Good morning, Sis Kuts and the team.
Morning.
Yeah. My advice to Anonymous is to just focus on herself, especially her finances, because everything stems from my finances angekho right. So focus on yourself, your finances, your kids. The 20-year-old child needs you more than you think, especially now. So focus on that. I mean,